Hi, darlings. A lot of people will often say that they don't like it when the community talks about the PulseChain Sacrifice Wallet. And I agreed with you at the start, but I want you to understand the full story about the PulseChain Sacrifice Wallet and Richard movements and stuff. Early hexagons would shut their mouths and keep things quiet when they would see suspicious wallet activity around Hex. Suspicious as in, oh, it looks like Richard is moving wallets now. He's about to pull the liquidity. He's about to do stuff. They would leave that secret. Why? It's because they believed that they had like hidden information asymmetry edge. And they did. If they could see stuff, and by the way, this is not just me guessing, it's 100% confirmed. They could see some stuff, you know, with the Bitcoin chain and Hex chain, Hex on Etherscan on Ethereum. And they would see some stuff from time to time and they're like, oh, looks like the big man, he's doing stuff. Now, they thought it was just a secret as in it would like give them a floor of support. But then the bottom fell out in the bear market. And so we now have a down 99% price chart. Everything looks garbage, right? That leads us to where we are now. With the PulseChain Sacrifice Wallet, originally, there was movement going on in 2023. And a few people found out, they just never said anything. What ends up happening, though, friends, is as PulseChain's prices got lower and lower and lower, people were leaving. And as everything basically just looked like absolute garbage dog shit, and Hex, you know, basically Richard Hart does the nail in the coffin, metaphorically, with like E-Hex and all this other stuff, you have to see how basically going off its own merit, it gave people stress and they were just selling and leaving. And I noticed people were selling and leaving. So that's why I don't like stalk the wallets. I don't really care about looking at these. I don't like go peeking into people's bathrooms and stuff. But it is now a bullish thing to know that there's a giant bazooka there because the prices are so low. But yeah, I just want you to know, I want to communicate to the PulseChain community or everyone out here, because yeah, there's a lot of people. Hey, yeah, the first 5,000 got reached, bottom 190,000 are destroyed. That's the real stats, by the way. That's the same with everything else, right? Because you're down that bad. But that's the reality of the situation. So when you see people saying, don't talk about it, it's okay, man. Everyone can have their opinion. I'm just letting you know, when things were going up, they weren't talking about it. They weren't. They were like, zip, because people thought, oh, that's my secret edge. I know Richard, he's the one moving it. That's what they were thinking in their heads, right? He's the big player. He's the one who's pumping it up. And then there's some big stuff going on, and we're looked after. Now on the way down, a lot of people just left because they think, oh crap, something's wrong. He's fighting the market. No one's here. It's not working. I'm out. And there's nothing to like look for. Now, you also got to remember, friends, during this time period, I mean, we go back and look at, looking at PulseChain and stuff. During this time period, a lot of people were leaving, and I know it looks obvious now, where I say, oh, we're correlated to PulseChain, Hex, all the core coins. One thing, they're all added up to one market cap. That's what the market's doing. And two, they're correlated to Bitcoin and Ethereum. This was heresy and lunacy a year and a half ago to say that PulseChain and Hex is correlated. I was saying, friends, I'm not going to name the names, but a lot of people came at me hard. And I was just dodging. A lot of people were getting upset because I was saying Hex was correlated to Bitcoin. And what I've done now for you, my baby dolls, is I've now got the candle is Hex and the orange line is Bitcoin. So you got to remember, when I was saying this, friends, in the bear market, that's all they had on this chart, okay? So people, what they were saying is they go, see, we weren't correlated here, and then this part they just put as randomness. They go, oh, it's a liquidity correlation down. But actually what you end up finding out is it's important, man, because something broke in their paradigm. That's why I come out to say it. And like people, when their paradigm breaks, they're not believers because they don't know what the hell's going on. They just think, oh, well, I'm done. Something here's not working. I'm out. Got abandoned, dog shit price, inflation's too high, whatever it is, okay? And I was saying, no, man. Do you even know why this thing went up? It's because a guy helped push it up. Now, there's a big momentum push, but a guy helped push it up. And he's going to push it up again. I want you to understand that. But these people didn't believe it. All right? So people don't know this, they don't believe it. So what ends up happening is Bitcoin and Ethereum start peaking out here. Richard rotates a shitload in, and then pretty much there's everyone like follows after him, okay? But then look at this, friends. I was saying Hex and Bitcoin were correlated. Look at this down here. See how, look at the closer correlation is. We go down, we go down. Look at this. Look at the little bop. Look at this. Look at this. See, pop up, down, down, like this, little move up. So I was saying this and it was still controversial. I was getting attacked for it. And it just sounds so obvious today. Oh, they're correlated. Then look what ends up happening. Bitcoin goes on the run back to the high. Hex still down here. A combined Hex is still down there. So, yes, I wanted to let you guys know that looking at the PulseChain wallet and stuff, it was the final hopium. Because that's why people say, oh, you're relying on Richard to pump your bags. Like, but like, you could easily just say that to people. Like, oh, you didn't even know that all the things you were yelling about in 2021, your talking points, T-shares, product market fit, game theory, it's all, if what you're saying is like, if you want to play that game, but what you're talking about is false as well. Basically, you're wasting your time yelling in the air. It was one guy fluffing it. And then like the market says, hey, you're not worth 45 billion user supply. You're actually only worth, maybe you should have been worth 5 billion. But now the market corrects 90% from the 5 billion, which is where we are today, actually. That's down 99% at the top. So another way of saying that is maybe the market was meant to stop at 5 cents. But because it was fluffed up here and everyone said, game theory, game theory, game theory, what ends up happening is we come back all the way down. And then what we end up seeing is, right, maybe it should have stopped here. First, it does the first 90%, and then after PulseChain, it does another 90%. Now you're down total 99%. You see that? So I just want you to understand this perspective of what's going on. And yeah, whether people say, hey, talk about Richard's wallet or don't talk about it, it doesn't really matter. But look, you would want more people to know about the wallet. You would. If you are here for long-term growth. Because they know not to fade the ecosystem. That's why. See, your dream is, this is what, friends, I just want to let everyone know is, now the rabbit is out of the hat now. People, you know why people kept their mouth shut about the pumping stuff at the start? It's because they genuinely believed that there was going to be a moment in the cycle at the end where Richard's pumping it and they're the only people who know. So they can dump on him and quit. That's why. Just to let you know. Okay. They all believe they were going to be the geniuses. They sell as Richard dumps, and then they're like, ha ha ha, I know through my on-chain work, it was only Richard pumping it, and now that he's exiting his ammo, I'm out, and all you suckers think that there's game theory and long-term things and all these amazing things happening, and you're going to be caught holding the bag. But now it's an even playing field. Now everyone can see the big bazooka gun. And also now we're in like deep copium parts. The prices are so low. You're like, oh, you're going to pump us up, right? You're going to bump us up, right? So, yeah, I wanted just to give you the perspective. So, I'm neutral and balanced. There's no real, like, it is what it is. Just, but more people know. So, but it's a funny part, man. Everyone in our community knows, but the rest of the market doesn't believe it. Could be because it's that part of the cycle. You know, friends, I saw it in 2022. You know, during this time period, right? During this time period, friends, actually go back. You know, in Bitcoin, this is the orange line is Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin here was lunar collapse, 3 arrows collapse down here. This was June 20. See down here, friends, in this mess here, and this was November collapse for FTX. Down there were literally teams who were voting on stuff. They're going, hey, one coin of here is giving you $1 from the treasury. That's confirmed. But people, they didn't want to wait. And they didn't care. They were so sick of crypto. They were selling their coins. We're like, you're going to get $1 if you just hold this. They didn't give a shit. They were selling it at like 60 cents, 50 cents, 40 cents. They were still just getting out of stuff. They didn't even care. And you know what? You don't really blame them because look, code can't even be reliable in crypto anyway. Like, look what happened to Luna and all these other things. Oh, things can change. And these people don't know how to check stuff, right? So shame on everyone else saying, oh, why don't you go do the whole research and stuff? Yeah, man, that's literally like you go and let's say your car has an accident, you lose your limbs, and someone comes up to you and says, you're an idiot. You should have done a 4-hour inspection of your car right before you left for driving that day. You're so stupid. You should have checked that the brushes of the car and the brakes were going to work. You know what I mean? Like, you're so dumb. See what I mean, friends? Like, it's very inefficient for everybody to check everything all the time. And by the way, 99% of people in crypto, they're just here because they're excited about the potential to change their life. They got no idea how the freaking tech works. Okay? Just like you using the internet. You're not excited that we now have 4,000 pixel pictures capable of being transferred to your phone anymore. You just want to watch premarital relations and people fornicating on the internet, naked girls. You know what I mean? Like, you don't really care about that internet tech part. So we now bring us to the same dilemma, right? Obviously, where do we go from here? But how much will Richard pump it? I don't know, man. It's just very, very obvious. What happened in... Look, he did the right thing to test the market. This is PulseX. So just to let you know, right, this move, friends, so he pumped up this first flush upwards, okay, was in PulseX, PX, he put in, I think, $6 million. So 6. He inserted 6 million and a flush up. But then, only for PulseX, on this day here, he put in 14 million. And then it just rejected down hard. So, isn't that funny? He puts in 6 million here. It goes up. Look at that. After the 6 million, okay, it goes up 2.8x. But then when he puts in 14 million, it drops 85%. So what was it? I guess it was part of the cycles. We are correlated. All these liquidities and stuff moving around. So, yeah. What do we do from here? Do people want to keep reporting on the wallet? Look, man, you guys got to understand what's going on, friends. The US Fed broadcasts to the world, don't fight the Fed. All right? Just letting you know. And by the way, I'm going to play some nice pump music for you as well, okay? Just to let you know. Jay Powell, Bug Eater Central Headquarters, the US Fed. Because, friends, I watch all the collapses, man. I was day trading them, and I've got videos and everything of them. So I was there every single time. Okay, when the things go down, they start really jawboning, like, hey, better not fight us. We're going to do it. We've got a big bazooka. Everyone remembers Draghi, the ECB, literally using the word bazooka. Just, they never used that word bazooka before. When they used it before, I mean, the bund went up like 100 pips. It was freaking insane. I remember that day trading it. That was freaking wild. He just said, we got a bazooka. Can you imagine US Fed? They use words that will just shock. Just think of bazooka. This means they're fire cannon, just smashing everything. They want you to front run them. Just to let you know. Okay? Now, I'm going to assume Richard learns from the real world. He learns what the US Fed does. So I don't speak for the guy, but they want you to front run them, friends. Because they want to talk demand in without doing anything. All right? That's what they want, because it basically just tries to get you psychologically fixed in one way without actually having to spend the money and the ammo. Basically, friends, it's literally like a cop with a gun. They want you to go down on the floor, but they don't want to shoot. They're like, I'm gonna shoot. I don't want to spend the bullets. Okay, that's what it comes down to. If they have to shoot, they have to shoot. But they want you to just do the job first. But, that's why it's tough here, man. He can keep talking about it, but like even firing the bullets did nothing. Basically, the guy, turned around, the bullet landed in between his butt cheeks. He just squashed the bullet, you know what I mean? And just threw the bullet out. He goes, ha, ha, ha. So that's pretty much it. Metaphorically, that's exactly what happened here. And moving forward from now, there's a lot of firepower left. I mean, like, even look into richardhart.com. It's down now, but you can't do anything right now. So like, this is look into richardhart.com. Shout out to Dorada for making it. He's down 37% on the average ETH price. Okay, so it's down 240 million bucks. Don't look at the USD, but he's down 37%. It is what it is. But even if this was, friends, even if it was up 30%, there's no point to spend because the market cycle is just not fit to go up yet. So that number is pretty irrelevant right now. But obviously, it's nice to be green, man. It's nice to be green. You know why? Because if this number was green, if he was onside, Yeah, we could like, what would everyone be saying in the marketing? Go, oh, the wallet's in profit. It can rotate any day now. Any day. That's why, like, if Richard really wants to, like, respect EHEX, again, he just needs to put in, like, 10 grand. Just throw in 10 grand. Because everyone's like, whoa, he's got $1 billion left. You only put in 10 grand now. And then people get the momentum and stuff in there. Because, friends, remember, you're trading attention. Right? So if there's a guy with a big bazooka, that's a lot of attention, right? And if you tell everybody, hey, there's a guy with a big bazooka, Richard's Sacrifice Wallet, or the non-expectations wallet, yeah, you want everybody to be fixated on that. Everybody in the PulseChain community, you got to understand how we're actually winning. You're winning because at the end of a cycle, hopefully it's sooner. I don't think it's going to be sooner. At the end of the cycle, there's going to be a lot of poor people who are coming in late who messed up. They lost a lot leverage trading. They bought the wrong coins. Their coins aren't moving. They're in despair. And they're going to hear a story that a guy with $1 billion in a wallet is going to start buying up his own coins, and he's already loaded up 5% of it. So he's got $1 billion to spend. He's just put in $50 million. He's got $950 million left. That's Richard rotating the money in. Okay. And then everybody gets the megaphone out. There's 170 content creators. Now 72 streamers. We have Fast Abdul and Soda Chronicles are going to start soon. So that's 72 people out here literally drawing TA and making noise and just getting attention out here. And then Bob's your uncle pretty much. Yes, Uncle Bobby is our uncle. Favorite uncle. That's how I see it kind of playing out. Now it's a far cry from what those 2021 top cheerers were, where they go, we don't need him. We don't need Richard to pump it. It's game theory. It's staking and stuff and all. I hope so, man. It's just, I don't think so. Market's already speaking. Are we listening? Yes, we are. You're my friend. Like, subscribe, bell button. I'll catch you in the next one.